Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. I'm considering Wops having a wonderful day on his 30th September 2025. A second part to this video. No, there's a second. There's a third part of this video which is unmotivated. So lately we've been having problem with not being motivated, and just a hard time wanting to do anything at all, and there's boredom, so it's not connected with energy. It's not that I'm tired, it's just that I don't feel like filming, I don't feel like making content. So today we restarted because this is sad, right? We're gonna get the sad stuff out of the way, and then we're gonna just do the funny stuff. I got whoopsie. Okay, so we got 4 more minutes before we put in. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. We're putting the chicken wings in the we're putting the chicken leaf in the air fryer because it is something that's important. So yeah. All this being said, yeah, we have problem with being motivated. I want to do a TikTok live because my favorite time yesterday was to make a TikTok live and talk to you guys. So I'll do it. Why do I feel unmotivated? I don't know. I have no clue. I'll be honest. I thought it was work that made me like feel like a step in, a step out. I don't know. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I feel like we've been doing this for so long, and maybe I'm not meant to be doing things for so long. Maybe it's I'm I don't know. And I feel like I'm complaining so much because I'm quite lucky. But at the same time, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We got the moon, which is beautiful. I'm gonna show you. They're gonna see, but still beautiful. And it's weird because at like in 1 hour, 2 hours, not gonna be there. And it's really cold outside. Maybe it's a seasonal depression. I never had those, but who knows? And I feel like unmotivated, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm doing good. Like a lot of good things going on in my life. And as a guy that had multiple depression, I know the symptom of depression is not depression. There's it's so tough because I don't know where to put myself, right? If work was more hours, I could fully um, put all my effort into work, but it's not a lot, so I have to put in the hour for the content. But then at the same time, for the content, I cannot put too much hours in because I know that I'm going to be working. I want to be in shape for when I work because it's a good job. It's a good job, and there's possibility for advancement. There's possibility for more work. There's possibility for a lot of things if I just apply myself, and applying yourself is possibly the easiest thing you can do. They're not asking you to be good, they're asking you to try your best, right? So yeah, but it just feels like emptiness, right? It just feels like whatever. It feels. Let's see. 4 months ago, I had probably purpose. Now I feel purpose when I make videos, right? But I feel like every day is kind of the same, kind of a ever-going cycle, right? And because I feel like it's an ever-going cycle, I feel like we are in a position where there's no growth. Maybe the lack of growth is what's bothering me. Maybe we've been running forward and then we're finally catching up and like holy shit, I've been running for so long, you know. But don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be streaming a lot more. Streaming is gonna be helping out a lot. Today we're working, so we can focus on the work. It's just a bad pass. I've had those before. It just happens. It's people don't understand that. It's kind of crazy because even though this is not a job, because right now it's not paying the bills, it's more of a hobby. I'm my own boss, and because I'm my own boss, I'm dealing with the factor that if I don't want to, I'm my own boss, I'm my own employees. So I feel like there's days where, and I want to take my Xbox he's a wonderful person. So this is not negative, but something that you can notice. There's time where you saw him and he didn't feel like being a boss. He didn't feel like always having to command people, having to um, uh, uh, tell them, hey, this is bad, this is wrong, right? To deal with the headache, to deal with the pressure of being the one that's responsible for every single mistake. You know, there's time where you don't feel like being a boss, right? And then there's in those times you have the employees, right? And it's kind of cool because I had a we as a I had a really good relationship with everybody at work. And the relationship with the people at work made it like a family, right? And the boss was part of that family. So when the boss didn't feel like it, it was a case of you can trust the employee to do the job because listen, we've been doing this for a while. It's the same team for a while, so you don't have to worry as much as other people fat thought. I was gonna say fat, but tat THAT as a fat. And you are in a position of I can rely on my group, right? Or you have the employees, and that's completely the opposite, but the same thing. You have your employee that's not motivated, and you're like, okay, well, guess what? As a boss, I have the responsibility to motivate my troop, right? And to make sure that they're working, you know. And in my case, I'm both the boss and the employee. So if the boss is not motivated to be a boss and the employee is not motivated to work, then a classic. I feel like I'm putting a lot of pressure on my shoulder, but I don't know who else I'm gonna ask. This is my channel. This is my brain. I'm not gonna say like, hey, this is also a problem, right? And again, I'm not pointing fingers because I feel like it's normal. But you see, big content creator, and fed they're literally fed information like, hey, say this, talk about that, right? Or hey, they have a research team. If you look at a Anchorman, the movie with Will Ferrell, there's something that's delightful. This guy has been doing the job for years, and I mean years, and then he just says what's on the teleprompter, right? So when they want to fuck him over, they're doing that. So you literally have that with the content creation, right? Content creation is a form of media who follows rules from the form of media. And because they follow rules from the form of media, then it is normal to expect or believe that if this works on TV, this will work on making content. If this works on radio, this works on making content, right? And it is just insane. It's just insane because you have a little team, right? And in my case, it's like, well, see, I was thinking about it, right? And I wanted to motivate myself. So I said, okay, well, what would your hero do? It smells really good. And then I was wondering, okay, well, are we talking about my real life hero or my content creation heroes? And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Take your content creation heroes, then you'll think about the real life heroes when you're at work. Because then again, when you're at work, I don't have to think. I don't have to. I'm being told this goes there. Okay, I'll do it. No problem. There's a freedom in there. There's a freedom and enslavement, which is insane. Which is insane. You know, but it's just nuts because it's hard to realize that. It's hard to understand that, right? And so when I look at my heroes, my role models, one of them is Major Nuggets, right? Because I see him as one of the hardest working content creator and the OG YouTuber. See, this is the thing also, as a content creator, right? I look for inspiration and the people that came before me. So the OG's YouTuber, there's multiple generation. You can see the OG YouTuber, the first generation, then the second generation, and this is possibly the third generation. The first one was possibly like discovering YouTube and doing some vlogs. The second one was possibly, was possibly Mr. Beast when he came. Okay, so he changed the thumbnail, he changed how we did videos, he changed that fact that there was an artistic, he made a business out of it, right? And then there's the third one, and this is more for streaming, but everybody is doing IRL content. So this is the two content that you can do, which is streaming and making videos. Then you put them together because this is real life streaming, IRL. And because you put them together, you're in a position of, okay, well, guess what? If I put them together, then I get the content that I'm supposed to be able to do, or the content I'm wanting to do. And because I'm getting the content I'm wanting to do, then it's a case of So in the first generation, when you look at it, right, it was a case of, uh, it was a case of, okay, let's figure shit out, right? The second one, like, well, you know what? I know that this will work, and there's proven I can take, I can, there's literally statistic on it. There's literally trend that's going on. People are now having YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch as a mode of, when you look back at 2005, 2006 when YouTube started, and I'm using YouTube as an example because it's what I know the best, right? When you look at it, you're in a position where you're like, okay, well, guess what? People still watch TV, right? And when you look at it, then people were watching TV, but also kind of watching, right? And then this is insane because you're watching people, and you're seeing there's a screen in the background, and they're watching IRL content. I was talking to this girl, right? And she was she's my type, so I'm like, holy shit, hell yeah. And I was talking to her, and I was like, what are you watching? And I was expecting her to tell me like a drama, a movie, a fucking reality show. And she's like, no, I'm watching what she, I don't know if it's Markiplier, but I don't remember if it was Five Nights at Freddy. No. It was the Stanley Principle. Yeah. The Stanley Principle. And I was like, holy shit, that's kind of cool. But in my mind, it blew my mind that you were watching that, right? And at the same time, people are doing some IRL content for the 24 hours, and you're like, holy shit, I want to watch the 24 hours of it, right? And when I'm sleeping, I still want to know what happened when I was sleeping, right? So this is the third form. As a person that wasn't there in the first way, that kind of entered like 4 years ago, which is still the second generation, if you will, but didn't do a trending and decided to do something more artistic. And then the third generation, which is IRL content and streaming, and it's kind of insane, right? And I'm putting myself more as a first generation, more artistic. So when I look for inspiration, I say, okay, well, who is doing a similar content, or who am I thinking when I'm making content? And you got Casey Neistat, which is a brilliant mind, but uses a lot of imagery to do it, and I can't. You got Major Gunnigan, who's telling a story, and this is what I relate to, right? So that's why I was talking about him. And he was one of the hardest worker, right? And he did it for like 4 years, right? Which is what we're doing right now. Maybe it's because this is the 4 years. Maybe because he's one of my role model when it comes to making content. And he's been making content for, well, he made, okay, so what really happened is they did that series, right? And that series lasted for 4 years, but that was a series that was viral, and that he got retired, right? So I don't know. Oh, well, he's still making content, but it's different, right? It's different. And, yeah. So I look at these people, and I'm like, okay, well, they were super hard worker, right? And, you think about that, and you're like, okay, well, I'm a super hard worker, right? Maybe I should work harder, but then you're not motivated. So you're thinking, and it's also a case that you're not motivated to work, but it's because your perception of work is different. Your perception of work is overstimulation. For example, I was cleaning the apartment today. I found the old tablet. Guys, this is a crazy story. Back in the day, okay, you used to buy a phone, and they wanted you to buy the phone so badly that they gave you something in the store. So I bought the I think it was the Sony Xperia, and they gave me $300 for the store. And I bought a tablet, and I was like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do on a tablet, but I just bought a tablet, right? And this tablet, it worked. It's so old, it doesn't run YouTube. And the first thing that I said was like, okay, well, let's do something. Let's do a tower run, which is, and I had an idea which was super funny, which was retro. So horrible graphic, horrible. Not lowest, but like 480p. Now the real reason is because this tablet doesn't read SD card because it's too old, and this tablet has only like 11 gigs of storage left. And the craziest thing is YouTube doesn't work on this tablet. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna take those videos, I'm gonna have to share them to another one, which is this one, or this one. But most likely this one, because this one is almost empty, and I'm gonna be able to film. And then I read that the tower wasn't available. So what I'm gonna play is a tower clone, which is kind of insane in the same place. But hey, when in Rome, was a Roman, right? So that's it. And it was amazing because I was like, okay, well, I checked. Okay, whew. It's a different output. So, okay, let's find a wire for the output. Luckily, I'm a pack rat. I don't throw away anything, which is a problem. I'm a hoarder, not a whore, but a hoarder. So I had some wires, and I found one that was working. Now I said, okay. I said, okay. Let me find out which game do I want to play. Then I realized that this battery was so old that it wasn't working really well. I had possibly 1 hour and a half, 2 hours of batteries. Like, okay, well, guess what? This is kind of cool because we have so little storage that it doesn't really bother me. I said, okay, no problem. And I didn't have that problem. However, we have another problem, which is, which is, I went on YouTube. So I downloaded the movie. So when I saw the tower just wasn't working, okay, let's find a game. And this is kind of cool because this is a video about not being motivated, but again, we were motivated about this plan, right? Which doesn't make sense, but hey, when in Rome, there you go. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I do feel like saying that. So yeah, so we're doing this, and kind of that's because I'm like, okay, well, with 11 gigs of storage, which is, I only have 5 gigs. This is really the reason why we're doing at 480p. This the recording. I was like, I don't mind. I don't mind as long as it works. Then the battery. So I'm like, okay, well, guess what? I have an outlet that was available, but it's far from the bed. Now, the bed and the 1.5, why is that important? Because this is the bed. This is the bed. This is the sofa, right? And here is a TV. So when I'm streaming, I have the bed in which I put the application. So I'm like, okay, well, I got 2 hours. Well, what if I took the wire, and what if I constantly left the tablet plug in? Oh, dude, you're gonna damage the batteries. It's fucked already. This tablet is 10 or 11 years old. I don't know. I don't care, right? And then so we moved the AC. Just do it. And I was finally ready. And guys, it's horrible. It took me like 3 hours to even content the idea of, okay, we can work it out. Just to realize that I don't have YouTube. Let's say, oh, I have to share it to upload it. It can be complex, but at the same time, hey, you know, this is busying your mind. And I wasn't thinking about hard work, you know. I think my version of my definition of work is completely warped. I'm seeing work as a super important thing, because I'm seeing work as a super important thing that I tend to overwork, right? Now it's so bad. I found a tablet today. This is the perfect ID or representation of the insanity, right? So I found a tablet today. Right away, I forgot that I thought I threw that tablet away. I was like, ain't no way you still got this, bro. Ain't no way. I still had it. So we got a tablet, and I was like, okay, well, let's do it all. And then I went on YouTube because I'm like, okay, so because it's an old tablet, most of the game won't work on it, right? Which is why we downloaded Final Fantasy Z, which is the game that I used to play on it, and I wanted to download the tower, but I couldn't. Final Fantasy Z, the problem that I have with it is that you have to tap on it, and I do not want to have a I don't want to have a I want to have something idle, right? So this one would be cool. This one would be just when I'm streaming, or yeah, or just when I'm streaming. I'll fuck up my whole sleep mode schedule. I don't care. If it's working for 4 hours, working for 4 hours. The problem is I can't upload videos. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know. Imagine the tablet is too old for uploading videos. So what I possibly will do, and that would be shitty, is I could upload it to YouTube, to TikTok. Do an hour. Upload it to TikTok. Then when you have TikTok, when you have TikTok, my vision is bad, guys. You don't realize how bad your vision is until you realize. I can download from TikTok and upload it on another phone, or from another phone upload it on YouTube. This is kind of insane. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. I'll be okay. It's like the song, I'm not okay. mess me up. Well, if you wanted honesty, is all I had to say. Great song. My Chemical Romance.